RyanAir and WizzAir are familiar names in the European low-cost air travel market, but have you ever thought of which airline is superior? In today's video, we will discover just that, so make sure to watch this video to the end and to find out which is better. In today's comparison, we will compare these two airlines in 4 different categories to ultimately see which is the better airline. But before we dive into these categories, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's free and doesn't require more than one click. The first category we'll look at is comparing the two fleets. Both airlines operate from one aircraft family. For RyanAir, they solely operate Boeing 737-8s, having 440 of these aircraft. RyanAir average fleet age is 6.5 years, which is slightly older than most of its competitors. WizzAir, on the other hand, operates solely the Airbus A320 family, having over 100 of the aircraft. But even though they have a lot fewer aircraft than RyanAir, they have an incredible order sheet of over 200 aircrafts outstanding, all of them for the A320 family. Their average fleet is also slightly younger than RyanAir, with an average fleet age of 5.9 years. So, the all A320 fleet of WizzAir does seem more diverse and overall newer than the older 737-8s that RyanAir operates. This next category we will compare is the airline's revenue last year. WizzAir earned 3.1 billion euros in revenue in 2019, while RyanAir topped this comparison with 7.6 billion euros in revenue in 2019. We can conclude that RyanAir is definitely the bigger company, portrayed by the superior fleet size and revenue. Is bigger always better? Well, this next comparison could tell us a lot. This next comparison is something quite essential for a low-cost carrier, and that is, of course, the cost. According to many sources, WizzAir is generally cheaper if you have a lot of extra baggage, but RyanAir is more consistent with their prices and is generally slightly cheaper. I did some of my own research as well, comparing different routes with both carriers. RyanAir did generally seem slightly cheaper, but it all really comes down to where you are flying. For example, WizzAir is definitely cheaper if you're flying from Eastern Europe to West, so this section leaves us with no strong winner. The routes and results are just too diverse to reveal a clear winner. This next category is essential for you having a great flight. That is the cabin crew and passenger experience. To help us determine the winner in this area, we'll use a reputable rating site called Skytrax. We will use their cabin staff service ratings and compare the two. WizzAir's total rating in this sector, all combined, is 29 out of a possible 50 stars. But slightly surprisingly, RyanAir does slightly better with a total 33.5 stars out of a possible 50. Now, Skytrax does rate both of these characters 3 stars in a more general rating, including other factors than the ones we have discussed. Well, is RyanAir really a better airline to fly on? Well, according to many customers, there is an overwhelming amount of people that don't prefer RyanAir service. Also, WizzAir's seats are generally wider, with 18 inches compared to RyanAir's 17. Which of these airlines really has a better flying experience? It's really hard to tell. With many varied opinions, it's hard to put one ahead of the other. With many customers preferring WizzAir, but rating and travel sites preferring RyanAir, I think it is fair to let the customers decide. And since many customers do prefer WizzAir with the superior space and newer and nicer fleet, WizzAir scrapes by barely with the win here. Now to conclude, which airline is better? Well, RyanAir does have a bigger fleet and a superior passenger and revenue than their competitor, but WizzAir has a newer and nicer fleet with more modern aircraft than RyanAir. They also upgrading in a larger scale than RyanAir, with over 200 orders for new A320 variants. But to counter this, RyanAir does have more consistent pricing that you can always count on. Ultimately, to decide, we need to go to the passenger ratings. Even though Skytrax puts RyanAir in front, we have already decided that Wizz scrapes by with the win here. So, it seems that WizzAir is a slightly better airline. With a better fleet and a better overall experience, WizzAir does seem to be one of the better low-cost carriers in Europe. Do you agree with this result? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you like me comparing airlines and aircraft in this manner, check out some of my videos in this series titled Epic Comparisons. It would also be greatly appreciated if you subscribed and gave this video a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.